just like the babies had a baby and now they're just Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my summer favorites of the year 2020. I've seen a few other YouTubers do this and I thought it would be fun to share my favorites as they're always changing. If you own houseplants, you know that every so often you fall out of love with plants, you fall in love with plants, you fall in love with plants again that you didn't like before. And it's just fun to just share some of my favorite plants with you guys. But before I get into it, I would like you guys to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me and I would be greatly appreciated. Also, check me out over on Instagram where I am active daily. So let's just jump into it. I have 6 favorites of this summer and I'm gonna talk about these 3 smaller ones first. The first one that I'm gonna talk about is the Angel Wing Begonia variety. I had an obsession with the Rex begonias not too long ago, although those did not like me, and I think it was just my fault. They are really cheap where I'm from. You can get like a big size for about $5 or less, and I had like 7 different varieties. I one day repotted them all, which that's another story, and they all died. So I decided that I was gonna go back to loving the Angel Wing Begonia variety. The love of Angel Wing Begonias started with a plant that I actually killed. I'll put a picture of it here now. When I say killed, I brought it back. It had spider mites, it was infested, I was just over it. But I brought it outside for the summer and I kind of neglected it, watered it when it needed to, and this is what it looks like now. And I can't believe how pretty it is. So I decided that I would invest in a few more Angel Wing Begonias. This is the Sinbad. I also have a Miss Mummy and a few Begonia Maculatas, although I'm kind of falling out of love with those guys. They aren't as vibrant as when I first got them. But this is the Miss Mummy. I love these plants so much. I have them about a foot away from my south window. They have always lived there and they absolutely love it. As you can see, this one is blooming in multiple different areas. And one word to describe this plant is dainty. I don't know, the leaves are just very fragile. The polka dots on the leaf are very dainty. And it's just a very beautiful, cute little plant to have in your collection. The next one that I'm gonna talk about is of the ficus family. So the ficus rubber trees. I do have a few. This is the one I brought today. This is the ficus ruby rubber tree. I have a few Tenekis. I have like 2 large, like 5-foot Tenekis, and I have a very large burgundy rubber tree. But I brought this one to show you guys. This plant is very happy outdoors for the summer. So if you live in a place where it gets really nice in the summertime, obviously I think everyone kind of does. I have mine sitting east facing on the side of my house, and all summer it blew up. It doubled in size and it gave me many more leaves. The leaves are very thick. They don't like bright direct sunlight, but if you have them in like an east facing window, or actually when I bring them inside, I do put them in my daughter's room, which is south facing. There's one right up against the window and the other ones are just farther away, about 6 feet away. Always giving me a new leaf, and the coloring and the patterns are just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The Teneki and the Ruby remind me of camo, or just like a very pretty camouflage, I guess, pattern, whereas the burgundy is just a straight greens. The next species that I'm going to talk about is the Syngonium species, or the Syngonium family. I can't remember the names of like any of the Syngoniums, but I have about 4 or 5 different varieties, and I'm actually getting a new one in the mail and I'm so excited about it. I will definitely be doing an unboxing. But these plants are so freaking cute. As you can see here, they're just little leaves and it's very easy to propagate. It's a very cute plant. They are a little bit dramatic. I have these all throughout my house. Some they don't like bright light, but I do have them in bright light. I also have them in indirect light. They can be dramatic in the way as if they lose a leaf, another one is gonna grow. So that's just kind of how it is, especially when you propagate some of these plants. The leaves will die, but it'll grow new leaves, so don't give up, is all I'm gonna say. Where I'm from, in particular, the strawberry Syngonium, which is a light cream color with big splashes of like a light baby pink. That was very popular this summer. I do have one of those, but I thought I would show this cool variety with you guys. It has just really pretty stripes, and it's just all in all a very pretty and easy plant to take care of. For me, I'm always having new growth. There's like 10 to 15 little babies in here, and it's just always super happy for me. So the next two that I'm going to talk about today are these two guys. So first I'll talk about this one. This is my Swiss cheese monstera, or the Monstera adansonii. It is a very pretty plant, especially up against a white background. Also, this is the wide variety form. There is also a narrow leaf variety form. These plants are drama queens. It's not the same as the Monstera deliciosa, but they are dramatic and finicky. This plant was probably half the size at the beginning of summer, and I hated it. All the leaves were crispy, and I was just like, I'm done with this. So I decided that I would sell it. I had a few offers and I had a few people wanting it, but then I just put it somewhere in my house, I put it in my kitchen, which is south facing. It gets bright light in the summertime. It was about maybe 5 feet away up on a shelf. And this happened. I've propagated this maybe 3 times. It just absolutely loves it. When you have a plant that is just flourishing and just super happy in a spot, leave it there. Don't move it. It'll live its best life. This plant also did have a lot of fungus gnats at the beginning, and if you let your plant dry out in between waterings, they'll eventually disappear. They don't like moist soil. But back to this gorgeous plant. It is absolutely stunning. I love how it's nicknamed the Swiss cheese plant just because of the holes and reminding people, I guess, of Swiss cheese. Super different and unique. It is a very vibrant green, and just again, I'm gonna use the word dainty. There is tons of new growth here. I might propagate it again. We'll see, or I might just leave it to be for the winter and then just cut it up when the next spring comes. The second last one that I'm going to talk about today is the Scindapsus pictus exotica. So this is a pothos, and it's one of the pothos that are more difficult to find. It is very similar to the variety Silvery Ann, but Silvery Ann has a lot more like dots on the leaf, whereas this one is more silver on the leaves. Again, this is a plant that did absolutely nothing for me when I bought it way before, like maybe last winter I bought it. It did nothing for me, and maybe that's because it was winter and plants don't grow as much as they do in the spring and the summer. And then when spring came around, I was just fed up with it. So I was gonna give it away. And I told the lady that I was gonna give it away to, I told her, hey, if this plant doesn't do anything for me all summer, then you can have it. And this plant became extremely popular in my city, and everyone's trying to look for it, and now it flourished. It gave me so many, I've propagated this one so many times. There's actually like the cutest new leaf right here, and I'm so excited for it. It's starting to trail, and I just love it. I unfortunately just broke a piece off, but such is life. I just might cut that runner off, and you can actually propagate this node. Such a gorgeous plant. It is a definite statement piece in your home. Everyone who sees it loves this plant, asks me what it is, asks me for clippings, and just I'm super happy with it, and I don't think I could ever let go of it. When I came out to the country prior to David, and I asked him, I actually forgot my plants, and I asked him to bring them, and I said, if you don't have room for these plants inside your car buckled up safely, do not bring them, because these few plants are like, especially these two, are like my life. Like, oh, these are gorgeous plants. I'm so happy that I have the chance to have them in my life. All right, can you see me behind this big bad boy? This cactus is interesting. I can't really lift it up to show you, but oh my goodness. This guy, I've had him for over 2 years. Way before I was even into collecting cacti and succulents. All of those guys are actually here by succulents and my cacti because I started getting smaller ones. I do have a couple behind me. This particular one, I didn't like the look of it. It was honestly only this paddle and this paddle for like literally 2 years. It did nothing. I brought it out to the country these two paddles started popping up. And like, if you have one of these cactuses, I can't remember the name of it. If you have one of these guys, when they start growing a new like paddle, it is like the cutest little thing ever. It's like a little ball, like a little flower. Oh, if I have a picture, I'll insert it here. So it had these two paddles once I brought it out here, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. And if you like cover these two, it looked like it was like, if you put like googly eyes on it, I would. And then I repotted it into this pot. I didn't know if it needed to be repotted because the roots on this thing are very small. I don't know if that's common for cactuses, but I did it anyways. And then once I did that, I put it outside when I was here, and it was in the humidity for a while. And then I went away, and a week later, boom, these two popped up. And now it's just like the babies had a baby, and now they're just okay, anyways, I had to do that. Maybe I'll try to insert some googly eyes. So you guys, with that being said, I absolutely started to fall in love with this plant just because it was growing. When plants start growing for me, I'm just like, yes, I'm doing something right. So you guys, thanks for joining me on my summer favorites of 2020. This year has been wild, but plants bring joy to my life, and I don't know what I would do without them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Again, it would mean the world to me, and follow me over on my Instagram because I'm active daily, where you can see more of these guys and many, many more all the time. All right, guys, until next time, XOXO, MM.